Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The co-op family in here about to talk about Helldiver 2 coming out on February. And yeah, it's another co-op game that we're looking into, seeing how good could it get. It's a four-player, third-person co-op game. It's got some really ridiculous elements to it, and I wanted Cloudy to start off just giving us some of his thoughts and opinions on what he sees and share his impressions so far.
Yep. What's going on, man? I actually, I actually thought when I first saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh my god, this is Star Wars! Is this like a Star Wars game? They're coming back with the Star Wars shooter." But no, it's not. And I was getting Star Wars and Titanfall vibes off of this. But I actually like the fact that it's third person and not first person. I feel like we got a lot of first person games out there. But the fact that you have third person is really good because as you start to customize your character, changing his helmet, changing his costume, you actually as the player get to enjoy that a little more, which I think sometimes we miss that, right? We buy all these
True.
skins in first
True.
person shooters and we can't even enjoy it. Only one enjoying it is typically are the people that you're playing with, right? And you get to enjoy it for a split second when you see it on the lobbies or you see it in the loading screen, but you don't really get to enjoy it the way you would like to. And having a third person shooter like this come out, which they don't come out often, is actually really good. And I'm actually excited about this because when I first saw it, I'm like, sheesh, that looks like a lot of fun. A lot of shooting, a lot of strategic play. Of course, you gotta be, I'm if I had to guess, and I don't think they dive too much into it, I guarantee they probably have, third person, and then when you zoom it in scope, you can be in first person, and you can kind of play back and forth between third and first person, in case you want to get more precision aim and stuff like that. In certain scenarios, I think they will probably have something similar to that. But yeah, man, the game looks amazing. The game looks fun, and I think the biggest thing that stuck out to me was the mechs, right? All these big monsters and these giant enemy archetypes that you got to take out. I think whenever you got a game that as a shooter and you got these crazy big bosses or monsters or mechs or anything coming out, it just makes it that much like whoa, I gotta get let's get cover. I don't know what the hell is this thing, how are we gonna defeat this thing. Now you gotta start thinking, and the fact that it's co-op, now you get to actually think and converse with your partner and be like, oh, I think we should just, I'm gonna try to distract him, you try to shoot him in the back, he has a backpack, maybe you gotta shoot the backpack, and then it makes you start thinking of different ways to take down a big giant boss or a mech or anything like that, monster or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's bringing all that into one game, and for what I saw so far in the trailers and gameplay that was revealed,
Kind of
um,
wild you said that part right there. I'm gonna
yeah,
pause you because this section right here, it's me running around. What would happen with me and Cloudy is I'm willing to die for the team. And so this guy right here, if you want, I'm gonna pause it so you guys can see. He's literally running around the machine while his friends are shooting at it. And he's just running around the giant whatever creature that is. He's just running around it and they're shooting at it, all its weak spots. And it's funny because that's the strategic stuff that I will do. It might look crazy for people watching, like, oh, this guy's
yeah.
going to kill himself. But it's a sacrifice you make for the team so that you can hit the weak spots or do what you have to do. But you're right, Claudia. That's a interesting thing. They have a lot of weak spot things like that, and you
Yeah.
have to really, you can call in for air enforcements, like missiles. You can call in for Gatling gun, which we saw earlier in the
The
footage,
torrent, yeah.
where you got a torrent where it's doing some damage out there. There's a lot of different things that you can do within the game as a team. This is part two. It's just like you remember Remnant part one was and then we play part two and it's like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And surprisingly, for me, this game is doing the same thing. I wasn't that interested in part one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And they took all of that, the good stuff from it, and made it better now. It's a hardcore game from what I'm seeing. It's a lot of different elements of things you can do. So super interested to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, and it's funny
For
because they
February.
didn't show much when they announced it. It was like one of those games that I was just like, wait a minute, time out. And I saw a video come up on my feed, and I was like, oh, let me just see what this is about. And it came up, and I was just looking at it. And I'm like, wow, this looks really fun. What game is this? Because I didn't hear about it, and it just came out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, so I see what this is. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta get my hands on it. So that's definitely a pickup for me. I'm definitely gonna be trying this game out. Just it looks like a lot of fun.
Definitely. And we'll see what's going on. Like, I mean, for me, the main thing, the reason why some of these games are interesting too is just the co-op, being able to get in there, coordinate, figure things out. Like this guy just threw this laser, right? And it's reinforcements. It's basically probably call up for backup.
But look how big that monster is. Look how crazy
one of his teammates come out. Look at how one of his teammates come back out. And then
that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, sometimes with the AI, I hope the AI is really smart. Like in the Division, has really good AI. Like, because a lot of times, like what Mag was saying, is like one of us will run around and distract them. I'm gonna be over here just shooting them over, and like we will do stuff like that when you're in co-op, and and me and him would typically be like, yo, dude, I'm gonna distract them, and just try to take them out. But then if
we did that for Battlefield 4. If you remember, for tanks, when they'll come after us, I'll be the one running around distracting the tank. Cloudy would run in with a C4 and destroy the tanks in the old days, back in the good old days.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of co-op games that introduced that, like of course, Battlefield is more of like a first-person shooter, but this is more like an action adventure. And even like games like this that have really big boss fights and stuff like that, it's like, dude, like the guy is crazy. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna distract them. You stay on the mountain. Don't come with me. Stay on the other side. Don't get close to me. And it's like we'll talk and mic and just kind of play it off that way. And this game looks like it's gonna have a lot of that.
definitely looks like it's co-op focused. I mean, it's strategy based and different things. They're showing off some of the stuff Cloudy was talking about with the outfits. I don't know, if I get into a game, I definitely don't mind switching up, looking cool and stuff like that. But third persons are definitely the better ones to do that with, because you could actually see your character. You're right about that. It's something I don't think about that much, but it's nice.
It's one of the things I actually enjoy about. Like, I love customizing my character and make them look super cool. And and when I get a game that I'm actually able to enjoy the visual aspects of him looking cool, it's like, oh yeah, right. And then the thing is, with this game, you actually get the ability of putting like heavy armor, so you'll look like a tank as you're walking around and destroying things. Or you want to get lightweight, you can take off all your armor and you'll die a little bit easier, but you're way more faster on your feet. And you're able to kind of do more. So it depends on the type of play style you want to play, depending on the armor you decide you want to go with. But of course, me, I like being lightweight, so that's kind of how I'm running it. But and like I said, I'm just very intrigued as to see like what kind of armor and the customizations they're gonna have, because with this type of game, I feel like they're gonna have a good amount. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, we'll check more into it. We'll give you guys some updates when more information comes out in the coming weeks, right before the release, see what's going on. Also, share what you guys want to see when it comes to co-op games you might like, you might be interested in, that you think that we should check out. Cloudy, we should definitely do like a top 10 co-op games for the year. What do you think about something like that?
Yeah, I think we definitely should do it. I think that would be fun. I think especially us, that I think we dived into almost all of them. Well, a good amount.
There's a lot last year.
Yeah,
we should actually do a top 10 last year, and then one best of last year, and then most anticipated for 2024. So we'll see. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. Let us know what your thoughts about Helldivers 2. If you played part 1, I don't mean to sound mean. I just wasn't interested. But now, more than ever, I'm interested in this new edition. So rock with us. Enjoy it. See you guys there. Peace.